What's up, everybody? Welcome to Ford's Playground. And tonight I thought I would just play a song for you guys and have a little talk about the meaning of life and some things that are probably weighing heavily on everyone's mind. And to do that, I'd start the song off with a song I wrote years ago for a Disney movie as part of the Air Bud. Remember the talking dogs, the Air Bud chain? And they put it in that movie. They changed the title because they thought Dream Killers was a little too scary for children. But that's the original title of the song. And I think that considering all of the things that are going on in the world right now, I think a lot of you will find these lyrics really resonate. It was released originally by my band Divine Love Mission, and you can check that video out on Phi Tribe, my music channel. It's also here on this channel. And this is the acoustic version. This is the original version, so I hope you enjoy it. A little magic on my voice here. Dream Killers. Here we go. Run away, far away, together, leave them all behind. We don't need their kind. We're the last of the dreamers, sinking with doubters. Forgive them for living blind. We don't need their mind to kill our dream inside. Keep your dream alive. Dance your way through life. True love's found inside. When you dance your way through life. Asleep at the wheel, driving you insane. Step out on your own plane. Don't become the lie that kills your dream inside. Keep your dream alive. Dance your way through life. True love's found inside. When you dance your way through life. Embracing the moment, I surrender all I am to love, and I feel elated just to be alive, just to be alive, just to be So that was Dream Killers, and the song is available now with my band Divine Love Mission, and you can check that out on my channel or on my music channel, which is Phi Tribe. It's a Phi Tribe channel. It's PHITRIBE, Phi Tribe. And that channel's kicking ass. This is my side channel, this is my personal thing. And this is where I can connect with you guys a little bit more personally. And so thank you all for subscribing. I really appreciate that. It's makes it really, really fun to connect with people who are like-minded and interested in these very existential ideas and meaning of life type of stuff, which is really my cup of tea. It's really, really what I'm into. So that's what this channel is about. And I don't get to do too much of that on the Phi Tribe side. It's a little bit more about music and healing, and it's a little bit more specific. But so Dream Killers, you know, I think a lot of people don't give credit to the Dream Killers for significantly altering our lives. You know, if it weren't for Dream Killers, I think that every single one of us would be pursuing our dreams to the fullest. But somewhere along the way, we ran into somebody who we respected, who put doubt, planted the seed of doubt in our brain, told you couldn't do it, told you it was a crazy idea, told you were nuts for trying such a thing. I know my family told me that I was nuts to drop out of college and become a musician. That was crazy talk. That when I was a normal middle class family and should have been going to college and blah 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 blah. But I was literally in flight school to be an airline pilot, and I dropped out to be a musician. So that didn't fly too well. And my parents were definitely dream killers about that. There was they were not happy about it. But look what happened, right? And it's the same for so many people like that. They've got wild, crazy ideas, and there's just that one person testing their faith, you know? And what you have to realize is that not to get mad at these people, it's you. This is a reflection of you. It's your own, it's a projection of your own doubt in yourself that you project and attract somebody in your life to say these things to you that make you doubt yourself. And that's what a dream killer is. And you can't run away from it. You can't run away from it any more than you can run away from yourself. Okay? All you can do is make peace with yourself and go for your dreams. Don't let anyone stop you from following your dreams. Nobody. Now, I know that's not practical for some people. You know, whoops, we have children, I have to raise a family, I've got to suddenly adult, right? I mean, I haven't experienced that myself. I have a dog that I love, that I get a little bit of what it's like to have a kid. It's a full-time job. I get it. And life tends to beat us down. You know, even for me as a musician and an entrepreneur, I feel like I'm always working. You know, yes, it's what I love to do more than anything in the world, but there's a lot of bullshit that goes with it too. So I get that thing, you know. And for a long time in my career, there was a good, you know, the music business for me was a roller coaster. I had a long run of just barely surviving as a starving musician, and then there was this steady gig, and I was making a relatively good salary for a young man, and then I got into making really great money and had a couple of hit records, and then that thing, just quickly as that took off, it just did this. So my career's just been like this roller coaster of mega success, mega lows, mega success, mega lows. And that's just life. I think a lot of people can relate with that. But if you're afraid of those lows, you're never going to take the chance to go for the highs. And then your life just kind of does this a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a very Zen way of living. But I don't think that you can appreciate the small dips and rises unless you've had the experience of going for it and failing, going for it and succeeding. You have to have that experience to compare it to. So this song is really to inspire you to do that. You know, when someone comes up to you and says, I don't think it's a really good idea, I think you're a little crazy, maybe you shouldn't be investing all that and that. You know, if they're a good friend and they got a good head on their shoulders, you might want to consider it. But don't just chuck your dream out the window because someone said something. You know, along the way of my path in music, I've been told 1,000 times or more that my music sucked. You're never going to make it. You're too fat. You're too old. You're too weird. You're too blah, 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 blah. right? Um, but that's the nature of the game. That's just the nature of anything. A sales call, how many no's are you going to get before you get that one yes? It's just not giving up. And what you're not giving up on is yourself. Never give up on yourself. Never. Because at the end of the day, when everything fades away and it's just you alone in your bed, when you're old and you're ready to slip away, I promise you it's going to be the only thing that matters. Did you go for your dream? Did you become all that you wanted to become? And I don't think that's something that you're going to be wanted to be haunted by. Now, we can fill that void with all kinds of wonderful things. People love children, pets, vacations, toys, but they're never going to fill that void. They'll come close, they'll fill it for a little while, but there's an emptiness there that you didn't step up to your calling. And everybody's got that calling in them. Everyone's got a hit record. I say this all the time when I'm producing people. Everyone has one hit record in them because you have your whole life to write it. You may not have a second album because you have to write a second album in a few months, but you had your whole first life, your whole life to write the first song. And just like that with other businesses, you have your whole life to think about this idea that you're passionate about. So you should go for it. The worst thing that can happen is you go for it and you fail. Who cares? Nobody cares. People are so caught up in their own neurosis and their own problems and their families and their jobs. Nobody cares. If you succeeded and failed and fell on your face and it was hugely embarrassing, by Tuesday they would forget about it. It'd be old news. That's the kind of world we live in. And it's the fear of that is the paralysis keeping most people from going for their dreams. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to have failures. I mean, I've had tons and tons of failures. I had a failure just a couple of years ago. I had all the success in music, and went through some personal issues with being transgender and everything, and thought for a while I was just not going to do music, or I was just going to do music for fun. It was just kind of done with the whole scene. And I got an amazing opportunity to produce some music for Vitas, who's the #1 singer in the world. If you haven't heard of him, he's a huge opera star. And how could I say no? So I got sucked in. And it was great, and it was an amazing experience, but not long into it, I realized that this is not what I wanted to do with my life. It's not what I wanted to do with music. I was really getting tired of the EDM game. There was not much in there that held my interest anymore. So it just wasn't resonating, And some other bad things happened. My channel got hacked. We had 80,000 subscribers, and we got hacked, and I had to start all over. And it was hugely depressing. I mean, it was just like the betrayal. It just felt really, 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 really awful. But I had two choices. I could lay in bed and cry about it and maybe take some prescription medicines to just get over my pain. Or I could just wake up and say, well, I'm going to go for it again. And when I built the second channel, Phi Tribe, I built it thinking that this is going to take me another 3 or 4 years to build from scratch. I had to start all over from scratch again. And the fortunate part was that I had learned a little bit about what I was doing during the years that I had built the first one. And the second one, I had some lucky breaks, some unexpected lucky breaks. A couple songs went viral. And, not even 6 months into it, we had 80,000 subscribers. So here I am right back on top, except now the power is in my hand. I can do what I want to do. I wake up in the morning, it's the music I want to make. And it turns out, surprisingly, the music I like to make the most is healing music, because I just love the way that it affects people. There's something so magical about a comment from somebody who tells me that the music has healed them in a significant way. And I was surprised at how much that resonated more than, oh, I love your music, or you're the greatest, I've been listening to you for years, or I got fucked up on the first time I heard one of your songs. You know, one of those kind of stories people tell me all the time. But to hear that I was changing their lives and healing them and making them feel better about life and having a better outlook on life and less anxiety and less stress, that was very, very, very appealing to me in a way that I hadn't expected. So here I am. I thought I was making a record company, and now the record company is kind of transforming into more of this healing kind of thing, psychoacoustic technology for healing. So the point is, let go. You know, life is a dance. You know, you just let go and follow your heart and let spirit take you where it's taking you. And don't take no for an answer. If your heart is telling you, this is my passion, this is what I'm supposed to be doing in my life. If every day you get behind the car and you're in traffic going to work to your cubicle and you're like, God, why am I doing this? My passion is this other thing is what I'm supposed to be doing. Then stop. Stop the car, get out, and figure out how you're going to do that. That's the priority. Yes, you might fail. You might fail epically. But you're going to feel so amazing about trying and failing that it's not going to matter to you. To not try is to just give up on yourself. It's to give up on life. Look at where we are. This is a gigantic playground where you can do anything in the world you want. Anything. You just got to be creative. You just got to think about things. Where is there a need? And usually that need is something that you're able to focus on because of your uniqueness. And you call that passion. And that passion has value. Because there's a lot of people out there who have that same passion. So don't be afraid to express yourself. You might really surprise yourself. And I hope that this inspires you, because I went from a place 5 years ago where I was absolutely done with music. Done with it. Done. My friends tease me about it. And here I am rocking it away as a YouTuber. And with absolute freedom of artistic expression, more money than ever because I'm not dividing it amongst the gravy train of suits that usually comes in the music business. And I don't answer to anybody. You know, I get up in the morning and I just do what I want. That freedom is heaven. That's heaven. And it's not a heaven that comes when you die, right? Heaven comes in the here and now. It's always here and now. It's a choice. If you go to a hell, if your work is hell, you're making that choice. It may not seem like you have a choice because you've got responsibilities. But that's what enlightenment is. Are you responsible? Are you responding to your problems? Or are you reacting to your problems? Because most of us just react. Something happens and the reaction is just to patch the hole, right? But if we can assess our situation and realize that we can respond to any situation with wisdom and calculation, then you'd be surprised what challenges can bring to the surface. And it's pretty amazing. It's going to be the most inspirational thing you've ever done in your life. And you're not too old. I'm getting ready to be 53, okay? So you're not too old to do this, right? You can do anything you want at any age. And I think actually the older you are, the wiser you are. So you've got plenty of things to contribute. And then as the world changes, we're moving into this crazy, crazy singularity that is going to be beyond comprehension on every level that you can think about it. So the world is changing so fast. All the things you think have value now aren't going to have value. And the things that you don't think have value are going to be tremendously value. So try to reassess your life from that perspective as well. And be inspired by it. Be inspired. Don't be afraid of what's coming. Be inspired by what's coming. Because for the first time ever, the sky's the limit. There's not going to be any limit to your creative abilities other than your own imagination. But the imagination is a muscle. It's like going to work out. You got to work out your biceps, right? Get stronger. You got to work out this muscle, the muscle of the imagination, right? It's not going to come from playing video games. It's not going to come from watching TV and Netflix and series. You got to learn, And learning doesn't have to be like school. School is to make us bored with learning. You can learn anything on YouTube. You can learn anything on the internet. You can learn anything. But follow your passion. Do you. Do it with all your heart, and you're going to be successful. And if you're not successful, A, I'll be very surprised, and B, you're not going to give a shit. You're going to be so happy that you tried, and you're probably going to be inspired to do this again and again. And, all that said, this is the fourth channel that has failed. Just so 4 times I've tried to do this and failed. The third attempt was a success, and then I got hacked, right? So this is the 4th time. So, shit's gonna happen. You just have to go with it and make the most of the bad situations and make the most of the good situations, because everything is ebb and flow. So I hope you got something out of that. And I also dropped my book this week. It's the first book. It's the book that I wrote back in 2005. And I'm currently in the process of recording the audiobook to book number 2, which is the same subject, just carried on. And it gets far, far deeper into the esoteric studies, but I had to set it up first with the first book. So if you're into that kind of stuff, the book is going to blow your mind. And very soon, in a couple of days, we're going to start going live on the Phi Tribe channel, talking about all the esoteric wisdom involved with toroidal mechanics and healing music, using frequencies and vibration and energy to balance the body and mind, to bring the body and mind into the place of flow state. And flow state is just a place where you're just artistically in the moment. And we can achieve that through music, and that's what that channel is all about. So next week, we're going to be talking about it. I'll be on camera over there as well. And then you can slide over here to this channel for the little bit more esoteric background to it. So I'm really, really thrilled to have all this stuff for you guys. I'm really, really thrilled to be meeting all of you guys. So please leave a comment. Tell me what you want to hear from me. Tell me what you want me to talk about. And I'm yours. I'm yours. You're my family. This is it. So thanks again for joining. I love you all very much, and thank you for all of the beautiful comments and support you give me on Phi Tribe. It really means everything. And